This hand demonstrates how to make a safety play. South ended up in 6 hearts, and West led the king of clubs. Most players went down in 6 hearts because they took out the hearts 2 rounds, ending in the dummy. Then they immediately played the ace of diamonds and finessed the jack of diamonds because the teacher said never be afraid to finesse, so they lost the diamond, and later on they had to finesse the spade. And spade finesse lost as well. They can go, he can play the king of diamonds. Trump a diamond in the dummy. And then play the spade and finesse because the teacher said never be afraid to finesse. So South lost 2 tricks. He went down in 6 hearts. Let's see if South could have done better. The teacher did say, don't be afraid to finesse, but he forgot to say, you don't have to finesse right away. You can finesse later on. You can play the king of diamonds first, then play another diamond over to the ace. And if the queen doesn't fall, you can lead a 3rd diamond towards the jack. And even if East had the queen, he could take the queen, and on the jack of diamonds, South could discard a spade from the dummy, and he wouldn't lose a spade. So this worked quite easily, but we can see...
Excuse me for interrupting.
No.
I guess you forgot to get cheese, eh? I was going to make a sandwich or ham.
I'm doing a video.
All right.
This time the cards are changed. West still leads the king of clubs, and South takes out trump in 2 rounds. Ending in the dummy, but it doesn't matter where he ends up. South plays the king of diamonds first, then back to the ace, and on the 3rd diamond East takes his queen, but that's no problem, because when East plays a spade, South doesn't finesse. The teacher said, don't be afraid to finesse if you really need the finesse, but now that the jack of diamonds is a winner, South doesn't need a finesse anymore. He can discard the spade, and he still can trump. He can still trump a spade in the dummy, 2 spades for that matter, and he can trump 2 hearts on the way back, 2 clubs I mean, on the way back, and another spade, and another club. Then his last trick is the queen of trump. So the safety play South can still finesse the diamond, but he doesn't have to do it right away. The Queen of Diamonds will, if it's on in the east hand, will always be there, so South can finesse later. On the first hand, the Queen of Diamonds was in the west, and it dropped on the Ace of Diamonds, so South didn't need to finesse, didn't need the finesse to work because the Queen dropped, and all he lost was one spade because the diamonds didn't break and he couldn't discard a spade from the dummy. So that's called a safety play. It works quite nicely, and if you want to subscribe, look for a subscribe button in the bottom right corner of the screen, right about where my cursor is now, just to the right of the Ace of Clubs.